If you're looking at a new car right now, don't sign anything until you've seen this list. One loses $65,000 in 5 years. Another had over 320,000 units recalled for catching fire. And one SUV of the year then got pulled from dealer lots 4 months later. I'm counting down 9 cars that will be worthless in 5 years. The depreciation data, the recall numbers, and exactly which ones to walk away from. Number 1 costs more to own for 5 years than it costs to buy. Plus 2 bonus picks that do the exact opposite. Let's get into it. At number 9, the Maserati Grecale. $78,000 new, worth about $16,000 5 years later. 80% gone. That's not a typo. And nobody wants these, new or used. Dealers are sitting on 400 days of unsold inventory when the industry average is 80. Those cars are just sitting there. Maserati sold 7,800 cars globally in 2025. For context, Toyota moves more Tacomas in a slow month. The brand loses roughly 25,000 euros on every vehicle it sells. Stellantis, the parent company, scrapped $1.6 billion in EV projects, fired the CEO, and hired McKinsey to figure out whether to sell the brand or kill it. Both are real options right now. Buy one today, and in 5 years you could be chasing parts from a company that no longer exists. Remember the name Stellantis. You'll hear it again. Next one won an award, then got pulled from its own showrooms. The Chevrolet Blazer EV at number 8. This thing costs $56,000 and loses 65% of that in 5 years. You're left holding about $19,000. And the reliability explains why. Consumer Reports gave it a 19 out of 100. I'm serious, 19. And somehow it still won Motor Trend's SUV of the year before GM yanked it off dealer lots 4 months later because the software wasn't finished. Owners reported systems that refused to charge, parking brakes locking up while driving, and dashboard errors before 2,000 miles. 40,000 recalled. Then the EV market shifted. Federal tax credit expired September 2025 and used EV supply surged 62%. So now EVs lose 58.8% of their value in 5 years compared to 45.6% for the average car. The Blazer EV beats even that EV average, and sales dropped 77% year over year. Next one just got killed, not by the market, by its own CEO. Number 7, the Tesla Model S. I know everybody has an opinion, so here's what the data says. The IC Cars ranked the Model S third worst depreciating vehicle in America. 65.2% gone in 5 years. Remember the 58.8% EV average from the Blazer? Model S beats that. On an $85,000 car, that's $52,000 lost. Enough to buy a fully loaded Civic and a Tacoma. Both. But depreciation isn't even the real story. January 2026 earnings call, Musk announces Model S production ends this quarter. Done. The Fremont factory is converting to build Optimus humanoid robots, and sales hit just 5,889 units in 2025. Down 53% from the year before. No successor. Think about that. The sedan that proved EVs could work, and they're replacing the production line with a robot. But the resale was already dying before any of that. Tesla cuts prices without warning. A $10,000 price drop on a new Model S hits every existing owner overnight. You didn't crash it. You didn't rack up miles. Tesla just decided your car is worth less, and that's happened repeatedly since 2022. Tesla stopped caring about this car. The used market followed. The next one loses more raw dollars than anything on this list. And the repair bills haven't even started yet. The BMW 7 Series at number 6. You don't lose $65,000 crashing this car. You lose it parking it in your garage for 5 years. It's the second worst depreciating vehicle in America according to IC Cars. 67.1% gone in 5 years on a car that starts at $96,700. 5 years later, you're holding $31,800. That depreciation alone could buy a new CX-5 and a new Sportage with change left over. And the 5-year ownership cost is $115,676. Let that sit for a second. RepairPal gives BMW a 2.5 out of 5, with repairs averaging $968 a year. Honda owners pay $428. So you're paying $540 more every year just to keep a BMW on the road. Works out to $45 extra a month for the privilege of things breaking more often. But what actually destroys the resale is the technology treadmill. BMW packs in new screens, new sensors, new driver assist every year, and 2 years later, the next 7 Series makes yours look outdated. 3 years later, nobody wants the old tech. Today's top of the line is tomorrow's trade-in nobody bids on. You could buy a Lexus LS for less money, spend half on repairs, and actually get most of it back when you sell. Number 5 is built for families. That's what makes it worse. At number 5, the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, second Stellantis car on this list. Pay attention to that. And depreciation runs 68 to 74% over 5 years, and the reliability is even worse. Consumer Reports scored it 28 out of 100. Worst among all minivans 2 years running. The only product Chrysler still makes is the one you should skip. Owners report total power loss while driving. No warning. Dashboard reads, "Stop safely. Vehicle will turn off soon. On the highway. In traffic. With your kids in the back." And Chrysler calls that a software issue. JD. It power tested 30 brands and ranked Chrysler second worst. 282 problems per 100 vehicles. But honestly, the car is the least of your problems here. Chrysler is down to one model. The 300 is dead, the Airflow EV got shelved, and Stellantis killed the plug-in hybrid program in January 2026. 72 recalls in 1 year across all of Stellantis, 4.6 million vehicles affected. A century of American automotive history reduced to one minivan. So what's Chrysler's plan? They don't have one. Stellantis is running what its own people called an emergency room review. 14 brands on the table. Chrysler's first in line, Toyota Sienna, same price. Toyota isn't deciding whether to exist. Third Stellantis brand is next, and nobody expects this one. If this is saving you from a bad purchase, hit subscribe. Top 4 now, and every pick gets worse. Number 1 is the most insane ownership cost I've ever seen. The Jeep Wrangler 4xe at number 4. Third time Stellantis shows up, I warned you. Look, I get the Wrangler appeal. Regular Wranglers lose about 29% in 5 years. Best resale in the SUV class. But the 4xe? CarEdge puts it at 59%, double the depreciation. On a $62,000 vehicle, that's $36,000 gone. The most iconic resale name in off-roading, and the plug-in version cuts that reputation in half. Here's why. Over 320,000 recalled for battery fire risk. Jeep told owners to stop charging and park away from their house. I'm serious. A plug-in hybrid you can't plug in. That battery recall was the third attempt because previous fixes failed. Then a separate recall for factory sand inside engine blocks covering 113,000 vehicles. And then another one where a software update killed all drive power, leaving cars dead on the highway with over 200 complaints in 4 days. 3 Stellantis brands on this list. Maserati, Chrysler, Jeep, same company, same crisis, same 22.3 billion euros in losses. If you're seeing a pattern, you should be. If you want a real off-roader, the Bronco and 4Runner do everything the Wrangler does without the recall list. Next brand has been around 35 years. Just got lapped by a company that didn't exist a decade ago. At number 3, the Infiniti QX80. This one hurts because it's a $75,000 truck that's worth about $26,000 5 years later. That's $53,571 gone. Fourth worst depreciating vehicle in America according to IC Cars. But the depreciation is just a symptom. The brand is disappearing. Genesis, Hyundai's luxury arm, outsold Infiniti by 30,000 units in 2025. And Genesis only launched in 2015. Infiniti's been around since 1989. 35 years of head start, and they're getting lapped by a brand that barely has a decade of history. That's embarrassing. Q50 sedan ended April 2025. QX50 and QX55 are done after 2026. That leaves the entire brand with 2 SUVs and a prayer. Dealer profits dropped 70%. Now and some are moving inside Nissan showrooms just to survive. CarEdge ranks Infiniti third worst among luxury brands for resale. Lexus NX alone outsold every Infiniti model combined. And this is the part that should worry you. Every Infiniti warranty, every part, every software update. All of it runs through the parent company. That parent is Nissan. If Nissan can't support itself, it can't support Infiniti. And right now, Nissan can barely support itself. What's happening at Nissan? That's next. It's worse than you think. The Nissan Ariya at number 2. You pay $43,000 for this car, and 64% of that is gone in 5 years. $27,500 lost. Out of 185 vehicles CarEdge tracks for resale, the Ariya sits at 179th. Worst performing EV on sale in America, and it comes from a company that might not exist in 2 years. Nissan lost $4.6 billion last year, 6 times worse than forecast. An executive told the Financial Times the company has 12 to 14 months to survive. Read that again. The people inside the building are saying this out loud. New CEO launched a turnaround. 20,000 jobs cut, 7 plants closing, and they sold their own headquarters just to rent it back. They don't even own the building with their name on it anymore. Honda offered a merger, but Nissan refused and the deal collapsed. Now they're alone. S&P, Moody's, and Fitch all rate Nissan as junk. All 3 agencies. No other major automaker on earth carries that label. Not one. And the Ariya specifically got paused for the 2026 model year because of tariffs. No new inventory, no tax credit, and a warranty backed by a company rated as high-risk debt. When the company behind your car is in this much trouble, parts get harder to find, software updates slow down, and dealers close. The support just disappears. And it's not just the Ariya. Millions of Americans drive Nissans. If the company writing your warranty doesn't exist in 3 years, every single one of them feels it. One car is worse, and it starts at 6 figures. And number 1, the Land Rover Range Rover. CarEdge puts the 5-year total cost of ownership at $141,424. I had to read that 3 times, more than the sticker price. Depreciation runs 63% on the conservative end. Some sources put it past 85%. The BMW at number 6 loses $65,000, and I thought that was bad. At the high end, a $113,000 Range Rover leaves you with under $20,000 5 years later. And things break constantly. J.D. Power ranks Land Rover 5th worst out of 30 brands, and RepairPal puts repairs at $1,174 a year with a 16% chance something major goes wrong every single year you own it. By year 10, over 95% of these need a big one. Air suspension fails around 40,000 miles and runs $1,500 to $4,000 per corner. Coolant system goes next. Then you're looking at a full engine replacement for $20,000 to $30,000. Are still worth 64% of what they paid. The Tacomas are still worth 64% of what they paid. The Range Rovers? A fraction. That's a $100,000 gap per vehicle over 5 years. Sit with that number. It's gorgeous in a parking lot. First 30,000 miles, it drives like nothing else. Then it becomes a money pit with leather seats. You're not driving it, it's draining you. That's not a vehicle. That's a monthly payment to a repair shop that never ends. Now, 2 cars that do the exact opposite. Cheap to own, hold their value, and come from companies that aren't going anywhere. Toyota Tacoma. Number 1 resale value in America, 64% retained after 5 years, and total depreciation is just $9,589. I just spent 10 minutes on a Range Rover that cost $141,000 to own. The Tacoma? $40,000. Maintenance runs $478 a year, $40 a month, less than most people spend on coffee. Consumer Reports ranks Toyota the most reliable brand in America. Nobody brags about owning a Tacoma. That's exactly why it works. And if you want something smaller, the Honda Civic Hybrid. This is the one I'd actually tell my family to buy. 200 horsepower, 49 miles per gallon, starts at $25,400, and KBB gave it the Best Buy award 9 times, more than any compact car in history. RepairPal gives it a 4.5 out of 5, and the 5-year cost to own is just $33,356, third lowest of any car in America. Now, the Maserati at number 9 loses $62,000 in 5 years. The Civic loses $12,000. You do the math. That's 9 cars that'll drain your wallet and 2 that'll protect it. Every video I've done on what to buy and what to avoid is in the playlist right here.